Hello everyone and welcome back to the WMC. On screen you can see the results of practice. Nothing again to be not much to be taken from any of that. But here we go. We've got somebody slagging off Lefty there. Yeah. Things be looking pretty sweet for my bro Pallison this weekend. Pallison's a woman. Cool. So yes, Yokohama, of course, one of the premier drivers races of the calendar, really, and notably, of course, Minoru Nishimura is a particularly impressive driver on this circuit. Let's run through qualifying at a regular pace this time. Ericsson going first with 2 purples. Nishimura takes over. Tarasova with 3 purples. Tarasova out there again, trying to improve, doesn't manage it in the pit. We'll see whether they can squeeze in another lap in time. Yeah, it looks like they're all heading out again. Tarasova out from De Toro. Lucas goes second. He couldn't manage first. Tarasova looks like she's going to take first. Nishimura down in 5th. Markovic improved to 3rd at the last minute. De Toro in 2nd. Wow. Well. Nishimura down in 6th. That's very interesting. Very surprising for the Japanese driver who's usually so good around here. Anyway, what an intriguing top 10 we've got. So we've got Tarasova, leads from De Toro, from Vinko Markovic, Zach Lucas down in 4th, Britta Pallison in 5th, Minoru Nishimura, the reigning champion of Yokohama, in 6th, Aid Madlic in 7th, Havana Eriksson, Marti Pessinen, Naomi Klein, Marcos Araujo Azevedo, Het Singh, Veronique Morel, Lucas Schweitzer, Kalua Anene, Luke McKenzie, Pierre Gouet, and Marco Forst again bringing up the rear. Britta Pallison seems reasonably upbeat about it. Signed Aid Maglic helmet. Wow, I bet you're fucking excited on that one, aren't you? Here we go. Race day. Yokohama, quite a technical circuit. We've got a couple of long straights, but the first half of the track at least is quite twisty and turny, and will reward a car with a good chassis, good suspension. Let's have a look at the start. It's lights out and away we go. Tarasova gets a great start. De Toro gets a terrible one and holds up Lucas. De Toro is going to get overtaken by Markovic. Markovic into 2nd. Lucas dropping back. Pallison up to 4th. Oh, Markovic can't hold off both of them at once. Lucas through on the outside. But here comes Madlic on the inside. Oh, that was very, very close. My God, they're all over the place. Lucas in 2nd, being chased down by Markovic. De Toro in 4th. Pallison has overtaken. Pallison up the inside. Oh, is she going to try holding it round the outside? Lucas again taken 2nd. Oh no. Tarasova is absolutely running away with it. But there you can see all the cars as they process past. Pallison in 3rd. De Toro up in 5th. Pallison getting hunted down a bit by Markovic there. Lucas in 2nd, which is a reversal from what we had last time out, of course. Where we had Tarasova in 2nd from Lucas for long stretches of the race before a slightly dodgy tyre choice had Tarasova drop back a bit. But let's have a look at the let's have a look at the rest of it. So we've got Tarasova from Lucas, Pallison, Markovic, and Madlic. A very interesting, very decent look from Kernow. Crazy car there. De Toro in 6th, Pessinen in 7th, Nishimura down in 8th, surprisingly, considering how. Oh no, wait, there we go. He's moving up to 7th. He's got De Toro in his sights now. He's up the inside. Look at that! What a move from Nishimura. Can he hold it together though? Because De Toro's coming back on the inside. Not quite. Nishimura's squeezed out, but he'll be looking to come back at the youngster. Here we go. Riding on board to Nishimura. Tries up the inside. De Toro closes the door. Up the inside again. De Toro again just holds it around the outside. Look at Nishimura. Up in the inside again. Has he got him this time? Maybe. So close it's going to be a power. And he's got him. That was absolutely fantastic stuff from Nishimura. Mind you, De Toro's still in touch, and it's impressive how well he's keeping up with the veteran Japanese driver. But then again, look, Pessinen's on his tail. DeToro made a mistake. Pessinen's gonna try and slide it up the outside through the S's. Oh, and he's got him. He squeezed him onto the onto the grass. DeToro very determinedly just shuts the door on Araujo Azevedo, who's gonna come back at him on the outside. Can't quite get. Oh shit. Can't quite get him. Ein Madlich has crashed. Madlich is out. He went straight into the wall. And he's back in the pits. That's a terrible result for Kernel Crazy Cars there. DeToro in 7th. Pessinen's taken Nishimura there, and that's left Nishimura vulnerable to DeToro, who in turn is being hunted down again. Is that Naomi Klein? It is. It's solid. Oh, this is a very, very close knot of cars. Azevedo, look at him go. He's going up the inside again. He's got him. Has this left Klein? Klein's taken him as well. Not quite. DeToro had the inside. DeToro's going to go around the outside, but no. Very clever. Oh, very clever driving from Azevedo. It's all about power now. Who's got more of it? Oh, no, it was very crafty racing there from DeToro, who's now got the run on Nishimura. And Nishimura's again at threat from Klein. Some very exciting kind of racing going on from DeToro right now. But, oh my goodness, there he goes up the outside. Oh, not quite enough room. Araujo Azevedo is determinedly holding on to this position here. And Nishimura's coming back at both of them. There's not enough room for him. DeToro's got through on the inside. Azevedo squeezed him out. Nishimura's got both of them. What a move. Oh, Azevedo's coming back to him on the inside of the turn. It's all about power and grip now. And Nishimura's coming on the inside of this, but he's just held out by Azevedo. My God. And Klein's coming back at DeToro. Nishimura's had to slow down a bit and has been hunted down by DeToro. Let's go on board. Comes DeToro looking up the inside. Nishimura again. No, it's all settling slightly. Markovic is leading just ahead of Araujo Azevedo. But DeToro slightly falling out of touch, maybe. Well, we'll see. He's looking up the inside. It's an ambitious move. He might get him. He's got him. Look at that. Fantastic overtake by DeToro. The youngster on the veteran. And now it looks like some pits are happening. But most races out on track. What's happened here? Nothing important. Good. So, Tarasova leads from Lucas. Leads from Pallison. Leads from Pessinen. From Markovic. From Araujo Azevedo. From DeToro. From Nishimura. From Klein. Ericsson, Schweitzer, Mackenzie, Zing, Morel, Forst, Anene, and Pierre Gouet, who drove so well in the last race weekend down 17th. It looks like we're going to be seeing some pits here. Tarasova stays out. Lucas stays out. Pallison stays out. Pessinen stays out. Markovic. Araujo Azevedo is in. Nishimura stays out. Klein also came in along with Araujo Azevedo. It's a relatively long pit lane here. It puts you straight back on the straight. So nothing too unusual about this pit stop process. Let's go back and have a look at the leader. Tarasova in first, leading for Brawn Cocktail here. Lucas about 4 seconds adrift. Let's say I wonder if Tarasova's going to stay out again. It looks like her tyres are in good enough shape to do so. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Tarasova managing to make those tyres last. Of course, she doesn't have any dirty air to worry about, so it's really helping with her tyre wear. Markovic having a very impressive race here on soft tyres here. Of course, his teammate Maglic crashed out at the hairpin earlier. DeToro in third, who also managed to make his tyres last long enough. Nishimura on softs, trying to hunt down DeToro. Let's speed things up a little bit. So we're expecting after this round of pits, Markovic is probably going to be leading from Nishimura and Ericsson, depending on how quickly Tarasova manages to get out there. Tarasova pits. Markovic takes over the lead. Nishimura takes second. Ericsson in third. Schweitzer having a fantastic race on the mediums, the fastest of the mediums so far. Let's go back to look at Zach Lucas, who has come out in 11th. Tarasova's lead, interestingly enough, has been cut to about 3.7 seconds, which shows she lost maybe 3 or 4 tenths there in the pits. Now, let's go back up to the start. I'm expecting, yeah, Markovic's in, Nishimura in, Ericsson staying out. That's very ballsy. And she's just been taken by Schweitzer as well, so that's a surprising choice from Havana Ericsson. Markovic drops back down to 11th. He goes onto softs, which is quite interesting. I'm slightly surprised nobody's tried taking hards here. Oh, of course. Well, the hardest tyre here, really. I mean, yeah, I'm slightly surprised Markovic didn't go for mediums there, but hey, it is what it is. Forced now in first, which is kind of adorable. Tarasova, of course, hunting him down at a rate of knots. The Braun Cocktail power, and it looks like Forst will be pitting anyway. The power of the Braun Cocktail car absolutely showing up here on this circuit. She is about 6 or 7 seconds ahead of Lucas, which is quite telling, really. He's been, to be honest, it looks like he's being caught a little bit by Pallesen. A little tyre history up here. So we've seen Tarasova manage to make those super soft last for 10 laps, which is quite impressive. Which means that she's a lap younger on those regular soft tyres compared to Lucas and Pallesen. Pallesen and Lucas, it's about 2 seconds in it. And dropping a little bit, interestingly enough. Let's jack it up to ×4. We have no water expected on the track, as usual. As you would expect from Japan at this time of year. Lucas cutting the gap a little bit. It looks like he's pushing relatively hard, but Pallesen is keeping him in check, but also keeping her tyres in a reasonable state as well. Which is quite interesting to see that she's managing to keep up with a talent like Zach Lucas is at such a tender age. Araujo Acevedo in 4th. Keeping just about in touch with the two of them ahead. A little bit further back, and that starts a kind of real procession. Markovic down in 5th. Nishimura's just taking Klein there. Klein looking like a bit of a sitting duck with having used up her tyres quite early on. De Toro is now on her tail. Nishimura cruising around neatly. Lucas still staying at about 6 seconds off Tarasova. And Pallesen at 8.2. Let's speed this up a little bit further. We're at 12 now. Nishimura is going to be taken by Klein. Well, Klein up to 6th. Klein, who I'm assuming will be pitting. Yeah, she will. She's really chewed through those tyres trying to get past Nishimura. So she won the battle, but Nishimura won the war there, although he's about to be taken by De Toro there. Let's see whether he can come back at him through the first sector. De Toro closes him off neatly there. Nishimura's going to see if he can... No, he's getting a bit off his line, trying to look around De Toro. It's tricky. It's a balance that needs to be struck. Nishimura, of course, so beloved by the local fans here. Oh, is he going to go for it on the inside? De Toro cuts him off again. This is, yeah. I mean, it's not outright dangerous driving from De Toro, but it's not clean. Oh, Nishimura's going to get the drop on him, but no, De Toro comes back through the inside. Look at this. It's a real passing the torch moment here. Is that Pessonen catching up quickly from behind as the mediums? De Toro's calling it quit. De Toro's going into pit. Interesting. I'm assuming Pallesen will be... Yeah, Pallesen's heading in as well. Tarasova again staying out. It kind of worked out for her last time. Interesting. The Pallesen in. De Toro is coming in as well, which will free up Nishimura, who has a lot of life left in those tyres, to sweep by into 3rd place. Ericsson into 4th. Schweitzer on his mediums, really looking in a good position right now in 5th. Tarasova, we're expecting, will be coming in this lap. Yeah, here she comes. She's got a 17-second advantage on Markovic, who isn't going to pit, it seems like, which is surprising, honestly. Tarasova goes on to the super softs. Wow, she's going to try and make them last 9 laps, it seems. Oh, she absolutely blocked off Ericsson and Schweitzer there. Deary me, that could have been a gigantic accident, but look at the gap she's already pulling out. Those super softs are so much quicker, giving you so much pace, even if it might be better to pick kind of the low degradation tires. In terms of raw pace, these super softs are absolutely lightning. Schweitzer in second, having a very impressive race. He's really drawing out the lifespan of those tires. I mean, compare that to Ericsson and Mackenzie, in fact. Another wonderful tire management. A wonderful, good tire manager. Is that interesting? Schweitzer came in. Schweitzer might be going to the super softs, do you reckon? Maybe. No, he looks like he didn't have a spare pair. Oh, that was an extremely unsafe release, to be honest, from Functional Beverage Racing. Ericsson's in 10th. They're right on top of each other here. You'd assume Schweitzer's going to go for it. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Close side-by-side racing all the way through and just about got him. Let's have a look at the start again. So, Tarasova absolutely miles up the road. Pallison leading from Lucas here. Both of them you would assume going to the end on this particular set of tyres. Lucas being hunted down a little bit by Markovic, who has a tyre advantage here. In terms of lifespan, certainly they're looking in better shape than Lucas is. But he's it's a little sloppy of a lap from Markovic there, and despite his efforts, he still drops back a little. Forst is absolutely caning it round in the 6th, but he comes in to pit, presumably onto super softs. There we go, onto super softs. Araujo Azevedo in 5th, Markovic in 4th. Looks like it's going to be a second race in a row with no sprinklers, interestingly enough. Markovic within touch of Lucas there, but he really wants to just try and hold on as long as he can, and then maybe in the last 2 laps he can launch a bit of an assault on Zach Lucas if he can. Here we go. He's closing up. Lap 29, lap 30 now out of 32. Markovic is now within range. But that's the problem with racing Zach Lucas. There's so much skill and talent. It's going to be tough. Nishimura, for his part, on arguably the freshest mediums on the entire grid, is absolutely burying himself trying to get up into that top 5, potentially top 3. There's about 10 seconds in it, which is tough, but not completely impossible. Markovic is running out of time to make this move on Lucas. He's not quite close enough. Here we go. Look at that. He's just too far back to launch a proper assault. Meanwhile, Tarasova in first. She's going to take the checkered flag. Pallison in second, almost certainly going to come there. Lucas is under pressure from Markovic. Here we are. This could be it. It's going to be the race to the line from here. I don't think he's going to get him. There's not enough track. There's not enough time. Zach Lucas holds off Markovic for 4th. Araujo Azevedo comes in 5th. De Toro in 6th for a fantastic result for Gorski and the Funky Bunch. Nishimura, who has been so good at Japan recently, or over the course of his career in fact, comes in disappointing 7th. Lucas Schweitzer in 8th. Ericsson 9th. Mackenzie 10th. From Zing, from Morel, from Pessinen, who again had a really disappointing race. From Anane, from Forst, from Gay. What a race! Again, we've seen one where the leader absolutely takes off. I mean, just dominating stuff from Tarasova there, but a really encouraging race from Britta Pallison as well. Scrutineering currently taking place. There were no penalties that race, interestingly enough. Yeah, a very good day for Marcos Orejo Azevedo, who went from 11th in qualifying up to 5th. Likewise, Lucas Schweitzer made his presence known, and Luke McKenzie had a very impressive drive at a course that really rewards tyre management. He did really quite well. So that's it. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship. That puts Zach Lucas in first, Tarasova 3 points off him in second, Nishimura in third, Pallison rises to fourth, and Vinko Markovic to fifth. As for the team championship, Braun Cocktail is now in second, McLaren falls from first to third, Gorski and the Funky Bunch now leading by 9 points. Cool. Well, thank you very much. That was your Yokohama Grand Prix.